Hey guys, I just bought a new toy for my Ducati. These are Pazzo brake and clutch levers, as you can see in the logo. Alright, now what makes this a real Pazzo compared to the other ones that you see on eBay that it's coming from China is, well, number one, can you see the grooves here? You can see how how it was machined, and you see it, but when you touch it, you can't feel anything. And the other thing to know that it's a real Pazzo is you shake it. Can you hear that? No, because it doesn't make any sound. That means all these screws, all the components are perfectly intact. And you can also feel it on the engagement of this adjuster. It's pretty solid. So there's a very nice snap when you do it. That means it's really solid. Well, the fact that I'm paying more than 3 times the usual amount that you would pay for a Chinese knockoff, then you expect that much quality. And the thing also with originals is even if you leave it on the sun for long periods of time, the color does not fade. Okay, so why did I buy aftermarket Shorty levers despite my levers already being good as it is from the stock? Especially, I mean, the brakes, they're already adjusted to the shortest, and this is how it looks for me. Well, the problem really is stubby fingers, big hands, size large on motorcycle gloves, but the fingers is really short. So even despite this being in the closest as it is, this is how it looks for me. It gets worse when you go to the clutch lever, wherein it looks like this for me. There. So when you're wearing gloves, I just really need to get a handful for me to get to the clutch. It's always a 3-finger operation for me, and that's why I got aftermarket levers. Pazzo. All right, let's do an install. And I just removed the clutch lever, which was pretty simple enough. First step was to take it out with a 10mm socket. This part, it was quite easy because there's actually a thread here. So this gets locked into place and you just keep on twisting this without having to lock this on the other side. And when it comes off, you take it out from this socket, and then this, you take it out in this way, and then from there you twist it this way so this angle's going out, and you just simply take it off. Fortunately on my Ducati, I'm not sure on yours, there's a bit of slack on the clutch, so it was quite easy to take this out. Now to put the new levers in, make sure you have the clutch part. It's the same principle. You extend this, slip this right in, and then when it's in, you snap this inside there, then you put the screw back on, and that's it. An additional step that I'm going to do is I'm going to put some grease on this screw so that I can make sure that everything works fine. Alright, I'm going to do that now and show you the result afterwards. And it's installed. Another thing that I did before putting it on was, since I already had the cable out, I placed some engine oil on it for lubrication, to re-lubricate it, and it's all good. It's in there. Don't over tighten this part, because as you can see, the main support of the screw is the main body of your brake system. So if you over tighten it and the thread here gets damaged, you'll need to replace this whole thing. And here it is, it's installed. A good quality lever is not much shake on it. I mean, this one, there's also not much shake on it on my KTM. This one has a bit, but that's more than that's good enough compared to the other lever that I had on my KTM, the one from China. And after that, I'm going to switch this to the, of course, for the stubby finger that I am. By the way, when you're going lower on the one, going to 1, you stretch this up a bit so there's not much resistance, and as you can see, it clicks really nicely. This, you can just, going up, you can just simply turn it without having to extend this, but it's better, it's easier to have it that way. And let's see, wow, immediately that feels really nice. So now I can do 2, 3 fingers still, and when you grab it, yes, feels nice. When it engages, it goes all the way to the and hitting the bars. So let's put it, adjust it a bit. I'm gonna have to test this so that I know how far I need to go. Hopefully it works on 1, so I need to test if it properly engages. That's the first thing you do after you install the clutch one. Otherwise, yeah, I still have a bit of play. Yeah, because this just extends it and not really engaging it. So I have that much if I want to tighten it, but I don't want to over tighten it because I might damage the clutch cable. Well, I don't know if that happens to you though. It happened with my KTM. So let's do the brake levers. Okay, now I got the stock brake levers out. So it has this piece underneath it, which is like a screw, but it's pretty well, structurally weak for me. Here you need a special I did a 19mm socket to remove this from underneath, so it goes here, there. So once you take that out, you can now pull this out from here. So after you pull it out carefully, you can now take out the lever, and as you can see there, since this is hydraulic, the main mechanism really is to push this thing to engage the brakes. And then I saw that there's a special switch. I'm not sure what this does, but it's making a clicking sound. Just need to get that to focus. Yeah, this black box there, that's not metal, that's plastic, so it's here underneath. It was making a clicking sound a while ago, so I'm not sure where it connects. Oh, there it is. I don't know what that is, but need to be careful. Seems to be like a switch or something. So be wary of that part. Be careful of that part. And now let's do the installation of the Pazzo. And we are done. Now this was a bit of a challenge, but not really a challenge because well, I'm just not a good mechanic. This is the only time I'm working on some machineries like a KTM and this Ducati. So it's in. So there's a socket there. You just align that socket and put this back in. This piece here, not sure if you can hear that clicking sound. Every time you press on this, there's a button here that gets pressed. I think that's telling the computer that it's doing some braking. I don't know, but it seems to be fine. So good thing is it's not an on-off switch, so I don't know what setting it is when I put it, because every time you press this, it gets pressed anyway. I'll do some research on what that's called, or maybe you can put it in the comments below. But here, yeah, Pazzo, it's in. Set it in the shortest possible for my stubby fingers. Desmo Owners Club, Ducati Philippines. There you go, nice Pazzos. Yeah, that feels really nice. Yeah, I'll need to practice this in. So before you go, when you put in new levers, before you go for a ride, test them out. Make sure the clutch is fine and the brake is working fine. In terms of feel, you can make adjustments here if you need more. If you feel like it's not engaging that much, then you can just turn this part here so that you can feel you would get some more feel or more braking power from it. Yeah, I'll be testing this out soon. Hopefully it should be good. So yep, that's my update. Cheers guys, and ride safe.